In esoteric philosophy, the language of birds refers to understanding patterns without translation. It involves reading your environment as a message and extracting intent from the noise. This is a language that is about recognizing meaning before it stabilizes into symbols. In other words, this is pre-semantic cognition. The demon President Camio of the Ars Goetia teaches the magician how to read omens, how to recognize synchronicities, how to register tone, decipher atmosphere. He teaches how to detect directional movement and how to identify anomalies in systems. This is why he reveals future things, not by prophecy, but by pattern recognition, as well as pattern trajectory. Here's what the Ars Goetia tells us about this unique demon. Camio is a president that appears as a blackbird called a thrush that speaks in a hoarse, altered voice. He teaches the language of birds. He gives understanding of voices, sounds, signs, and omens. And Camio is able to reveal true things about the future. Now, the black bird is not chosen randomly as a symbol for Camio. Birds communicate through calls, patterns, repetition, timing, and movement. There's no syntax, there's no grammar, there's no explanation, yet meaning is conveyed reliably. Camio governs this level of intelligence, which is signal-based meaning. Meaning that is inferred from behavior, not declared in words. Camio's hoarse voice is also not incidental. It signals communication at the edge of articulation. So it's dealing with meaning that cannot be spoken cleanly. It's also meaning that resists clear phrasing, and it actually loses accuracy when over-explained. Camio governs truth that degrades when forced into language. This is why his instruction feels strange, indirect, or uncomfortable. Psychologically, Camio governs the domain of intuition, intelligence, and knowing outside the structure of language and standard communication. Camio appears when one must act without certainty or sufficient formal information. As stated in the Ars Goetia, Camio teaches the magician to read omens. However, understand here that omens are not supernatural signs. They are systematic patterns that carry a predictive weight. Omens are signals that precede explanation. They also represent data that is recognized before interpretation is possible. Camio is not teaching the magician how to predict events, but rather how to see inevitability forming. He's helpful regarding the development of strategy, systems thinking, crisis anticipation, and intelligence analysis. Camio governs the domain of raw cognition. This is a stage where meaning exists but has not yet been named. This type of knowledge is dangerous. Because it is knowledge that can't be argued with precisely because it hasn't been named or classified. The demon Camio is important within the infernal metaphysics of Plutosophia because not all truths announce themselves. Some appear only as patterns, as is the nature of the metaphysical realms of magick and alchemy. For the magician, this kind of intelligence, that which Camio teaches is essential.